Baroque is an architectural style that gained prominence in Italy in the late 16th century. It emerged as a more theatrical version of Renaissance architecture.
The term Baroque came from the Portuguese word barroco, meaning irregular pearl. The style's main characteristics include a more dramatic use of lighting and color, more elaborate detailing for both interiors and exteriors, as well as the use of frescoes and trampal-eol effects.
The whole purpose of this style is to dazzle and impress anyone who sees it, as opposed to the more solemn and reserved elegance of the Renaissance style.
Some famous Baroque architecture includes Château de Mansions in France by architect Francois Mansart, Blenheim Place in England by Sir John van Berg, and the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela in Spain by Fernando de Casanova. How Baroque came to the Philippines. Baroque architecture was originally introduced to the Philippines by the Spanish back when the Philippines was still under their rule. As most architectural styles, when brought to the different countries, Baroque architecture in the Philippines came to have a unique style of its own compared to the Baroque architecture of the West. This is largely because of the incorporation of native cultures and traditions, as well as the availability of materials in the country. The Poway Church is one such example of the uniqueness of the Philippine Baroque architecture.
One of the oldest churches in the Philippines, having completed its construction in 1710, also known as San Agustin Church. It is located at Marcos Avenue, Poway, Ilocos Norte. It was declared as a national cultural treasure by the Philippine government in 1973 and was then included in the list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites Collective Group of Baroque Churches of the Philippines in 1993. What makes Poway Church outstanding from other well-known churches around the country? Its impressive pyramid-like structure, considered as a primary example of the earthquake Baroque style of architecture, characterized by its thick walls made from coral stones and bricks. Its striking feature is the 24 buttresses placed on the church sides and back, which serves as a strong foundation against natural disaster such as earthquakes. That is why the Poway Church still remains strong for over 3 centuries now. Its facade is reminiscent of Spanish, Chinese, and Filipino influences with its Gothic, Baroque, and Oriental design. Inside the church is the gold-plated altar with a figure of its patron Saint Augustine as a masterpiece. Another interesting fact is San Agustin Church contribution to Philippine history, as its adjacent 3-story bell tower was once used by the Katipuneros as an observation post during the Spanish Revolution. There is also a small sanctuary. Father Antonio Estavillo, who was also an architect, was in charge of beginning the construction of Poway Church of St. Augustine building back in 1694. Which was completed in 1710, although the parish's existence since 1593.